What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Zephyr Wargames and I'm bringing to you guys the long-awaited deck update to Utopia. Thanks to all the brand new support that we finally received in Lightning Overdrive, and I've been super excited for this set and this deck and this support because Utopia is such a fun deck. I don't think, even if you've never watched Zexal, you cannot deny that playing Utopia is so much fun. I mean, like, people are playing Utopia Engine in their decks just for help with OTK, and it's such a fun engine, it's such a fun deck, and the fact that we can actually make a competitively viable deck, and I'll show you how you can make this competitively viable with a few engines I'll also mention within the video itself, because at the end I will show you the standard combo that you're going to be doing thanks to the brand new Sage monsters, which will at least get you a negate and a monster with over 5,000 attack that cannot be destroyed by card effects, and that's all done within 5 summons, which is very, very nice, and just literally takes both Sages. I mean, you'll see that at the end of the video. And not only that, I'll also show you another combo that you can do using the 2 Sages, if I haven't misread anything or haven't had any miscalculations. That can end you on a board that just says no to your opponent, which you'll see that as well. But before I get into all of this, if you enjoy this, give a like and subscribe down below. Ding that notification bell, because obviously if you enjoy a person's content here on YouTube, you don't want to miss out on that content, and that notification bell helps prevent that. And all of that is greatly appreciated, and we thank you guys so much for doing so. So with all that said and done, let's get into this Utopia deck profile. So starting off, we have our 3 copies of the brand new ZS Ascending the Sage. This card is fantastic. It has one restriction that a few people don't like, but to be honest, there's a lot of cards that we play with the same restriction, and so I don't see any problems personally. So here's a level 4 warrior, light, with 900 attack and 300 defense. If you control no cards, you can special this card from your hand. A Utopia monster that has this material that is used on the field gains this effect. If this card is 60 summoned, you can add 1 rank up magic normal spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of ZS Ascendant Sage once per turn. So I've already found the problem with my combo, so I won't show you that combo because it just adds a normal spell. I was going to add this, but I can't. So yes, so you can make this guy, like, this guy is just fantastic. Like, he's just so good. And so you play him at 3. You gotta play him at 3. And being ultra rare, he's actually not that expensive. When I bought him, he was only about like £3 off tier 0. So if they still have copies and still is that price, go ahead and pick your playset up, guys. Like, this card is fantastic. This is going to be a Utopia staple for like the foreseeable future. Next we have ZS Armed Sage. This card is fantastic. He does pretty much the same thing as Ascendant Sage, but if you control exactly 1 level 4 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So he's nice and generic for any level 4 decks. And a Utopia that has this card's material from the field gains the following effect. You can add 1 Zexal weapon from your deck to your hand. You can use the effect of ZS Sage once per turn. So you can add any of your ZWs, which you will do within the combo, and you'll see that at the end as well. Speaking of the ZWs, we're playing the 1 ZW Lightning Blade, 1 ZW Tornado Bringer, 1 ZW Azure Strike, and 1 of the brand new ZW Pegasus Twin Saber. Kind of wish this was a rare just to go along with the others, but common's just fine. He's a level 5 beast with 1000 attack, 2100 defense. You can only throw on 1 ZW Pegasus Twin Saber. If your opponent's life points are at least 2000 higher than yours, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target 1 Utopia monster you control. Equip this card you control to it as material. As an equip card that gives it 1000 attack. And then once per turn while this card is equipped to a monster, you can negate a monster effect activated on your opponent's field. So what's the powerful thing about this card, and it's not just any generic monster negation, is that he doesn't activate. So he can get in between any chain link that your opponent's trying to throw at you and negate anything that's a monster effect, which is just a fantastically good card. And you're going to be able to equip this from your deck with your brand new Dragonic Utopia Ray, as you'll see within the combo. So that's it for the brand new stuff, or the first new stuff, as well as the Zexal weapons. Moving on to the supplementary engine that I choose to play, and that is the Onomatopoeia Engine. So I've gone with 2 Utopic Onomatopoeia, 1 Dododo Dwarf Go Glove, and 3 copies of Zubaba Rancho Coat. So the reason I've gone for this ratio is that you're going to be grabbing all of this with your Onomatopoeia, and you're going to be grabbing Onomatopoeia with your onomatopoeia pickup. So you're going to have a lot of consistency with this engine, so you don't need to play a maximum amount of copies, and you can start filling your deck with other useful engines, other useful tools to help you go first, and help keep your established board. But the reason I've gone for this ratio is that Utopic Onomatopoeia is going to be your 1 card pseudo rank 4, just because it summons any of the onomatopoeia monsters from your hand per turn, like up to 2 of them. Dododo Dwarf Go Glove can revive itself from the graveyard, so he can constantly keep recycling himself from there. And Zubaba Rancho Coat is that not only free extender from your hand, so long as you control a Gaga on the field, and Zubaba, but also on the field he can revive a Dododo from the graveyard. So he is literally a 1 card recovery, 1 card rank 4 in the recovery game, in the late game. And that's why I've gone for that ratio. That's it for monsters. Moving on to spells. I'm not playing any hand traps, though you can do. I'll tell you what you can take out for those hand traps. We're playing the 3 copies of Onomatopoeia and the 1 copy of Onomatopoeia Pickup. This is to get you to this. I don't want to see too many copies of this, because other than the first search, it doesn't really do anything else for you. We're not adjusting our levels to become whatever we want. We're literally just going to rank 4s, and that's it. So you don't really want to be clogging your deck with too many of these. So once you resolve 1, that's it. And then the Onomatopoeia is literally a 1 card add 2, so for a discard, which is fantastic. 3 copies of Zexal Construction. This card is fantastic for Utopia. So it's a normal spell. Reveal 1 card in your hand. If you do, add 1 of the following cards from your deck to your hand, then shuffle the reveal card into your deck. 1 ZW monster, ZS monster, Zexal spell or trap, rank up magic spell, rank down magic spell. You can only activate 1 Zexal Construction per turn. What I love is that there's like no restrictions other than the fact you have to reveal a card in your hand. And it searches any rank up card, which is just brilliant. So you can in theory tech this in any deck, like for example Raid Raptors, and search any of your rank ups, which has been a problem for Raid Raptors for a long time, until they got their Link monster, and now they have this. So you can play like a pure Raid Raptor deck on a budget and just play copies of this, because this is a super and it's not expensive at all. You can start searching up all your rank ups and do all of your fun gimmicky Raid Raptor things. So you play 3 copies of this for the consistency. I play 2 copies of Xyz's Change Tactics and 1 Upstart Goblin for draw power. I'm not clogging too much on Change Tactics because I'm playing a card to search it. You'll see that in a minute. This is to help get the extra benefit effects of some of your Zexal cards, which if you control 2 life points, if you're 2,000 life points less than your opponent, you get an additional benefit. So playing Tactics not only digs you into your deck by just summoning Utopias, but it can also get you closer to that 2,000 life point gap to then start getting the extra benefits off your cards. Upstart Goblin is just another play it, draw 1, and then giving your opponent 1,000 life points is actually beneficial in this deck, because again that 2,000 life point gap can be very handy. To help you search your Xyz's Change Tactics, we're playing Generation Force. If you control an Xyz, search 1 XYZ card from deck to hand. Simple as that. We play Xyz, so we can search Xyz's Change Tactics. For another target for this though, I'm playing the 1 Xyz Import. This is to help you like as a pseudo trap card, because if you control a Xyz monster, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls with less attack points and attach it as material. Simple as that. Very nice little gimmick card that you can play in your deck. Spicy tech that you can search off Generation Force if you already have the Xyz's Change Tactics in hand. 1 copy of Rota, because we're playing lots of warriors. 2 copies of Double or Nothing. This is to not only help us fully resolve our Utopia Double, but because we're playing a Utopia deck already, we can always resolve this card for easy attack point gains with our Utopia. Playing the 1 copy of Monster Reborn because it's just nice and generic. And for rank ups, we're playing 2 copies of the brand new rank up magic Zexal Force and the 1 rank up magic Numeron Force. Numeron Force is just a fantastic rank up that just negates everything on activation. And then new Zexal Force is target exceeds monster, so it can be any exceeds monster. And special summon from the extra deck 1 Utopia or ZW monster that is 1 rank higher than that monster you control as material by using it as material. And if you do, take 1 Zexal weapon or ZS monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck. This is treated as an exceeds summon transfer material to this card. If your opponent's life points are at least 2,000 higher than yours, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then draw 1 card. You can use this effect of rank up magic Zexal Force once per turn. So this is when the life point reduction comes into play, because if you like exceeds change tactics constantly and your life points 2,000 or less, you can not only rank up, but then you can stack a Zexal weapon on top, then banish this and draw that Zexal weapon. So it's essentially searches a Zexal weapon while ranking up. So it helps you make your Utopia that you just made even bigger and help you go for that pushing game. And then we're playing the 1 Cool Banner Grave because we don't want to be hand trapped. And for traps, I'm only playing a small little bit of it just to help you go first. I'm playing 2 copies of Solemn Strike and 1 of the brand new Zexal Alliance. You can take this card out for first strike if you want to, but I can't like Zexal Alliance. So if a face-up exceeds all monsters you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can pay life points, so your life points have 10 left, and special summon 1 Utopia from your graveyard, and if you do, take 1 card from your deck and place it on top of your deck. That special summon monster's attack becomes doubled. Also cannot be destroyed by battle except by battle with a number monster or by card effects. So you basically get an indestructible Utopia that you can just slap in defense mode so your opponent can't kill you. And you can stack anything on top of your deck. In this case, for this profile in particular, it can be 1 of your rank ups. It can be a Zexal weapon. And I feel like it once you just get on the field, you're going to go for a game. Bear in mind, your Utopia is going to come out with 5,000 attack. He's going to be able to punch over anything, essentially. So that's going to be very, very strong for you there. And from that, you can also play extra little spicy text. If you want to play the 7th one, you can put the 7th one in here and put some, like, over 100 numbers in your extra deck. So the fact that you can stack anything on top is very, very strong. So that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. We're playing a Utopia deck, so obviously double Utopia. You can play 3 copies if you want to. I just feel like 3 is not really needed because you got the double up Utopia double, which essentially acts as your 4 copies of Utopia, because this essentially gets you into any of your extra deck Utopias, and Utopia is there for not only your double up nothing play, but also for your rank up plays as well. For your rank up plays, we're also playing the 1 Utopia Ray. You could take this out for the 3rd Utopia, but the fact you can just slap this on top of Utopia and then get an extra draw for your change tactics is just too good. Along with the Utopia Lightning, more XG's change tactics plays, and 2 of the brand new Utopia Dragonic Ray. Like, ultimate Dragonic Utopia Ray. So, he's a rank 5 light warrior with Utopia stats. Takes 3 level 5 monsters, but you're not going to be doing that. This card's name is always treated as number C39 Utopia Ray. So, there's that. And once per turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets this card, or when this card is targeted for an attack quick effect, you can equip 1 ZW from your hand or deck to this card as if it were equipped by that monster's effect. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target face-up cards your opponent controls up to number ZW monster cards equipped to this card, and negate their effect. He's going to have at least 2 on him, because you'll see in the combo that you'll always get 2 on him, and then he can start just negating your opponent's board on your turn and then start getting beefy on your opponent. So very, very good card, very, very strong card. You want to at least play 1 of it. I think 2 is a nice number because you want to make 1 going first and you want to make 1 on the follow-up. To combo with him, we have his Dragonic Steed, which is ZW Dragonic Halberd. So here's a rank 5 Dark Dragon, 3000 attack, 1200 defense, takes 2 level 5 monsters, but we're not going to be doing that. And cannot attack directly. Once per turn, you can attach 1 material from this card, add 1 Zex or spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can target 1 Utopia monster you control, equip this card you control to it. It gains 3000 attack. When the equipped monster destroys a opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon to your field as many ZW monster cards equipped to it. So you'll see in the combo later on how you're going to get your very, very beefy Utopia. It's just a very good 3-card combo that you can do in this particular deck, and I'll also explain how you can do it in other variants as well. So they'll be playing the 1C39 Utopia Ray V, this to just help clear off an opponent's monster, and the number 39 Utopia Beyond. This is a really strong card going second to go with your Utopia double. Then we have the 1F0 Utopic Future. This is to go in combination with your Gaga Magician. Just a nice little generic engine that you can play in this deck because we're playing all the Gaga combos. And the 2 extra texts that I'm playing in this deck, just to help clear off opponent's monsters, is the 101 Silent on an Arc and the 1C101 Silent on a Dark. The fact that we can search Numon Force, and then we're only locked into Exceeds monsters, we're not locked into Utopias. So we can just easily make a on an Arc, detach to, steal an opponent's monster, then rank up into Dark, steal another opponent's monster. And if this dies, he comes back and he gives you life points. So, like, there's no problem there. So that's it for the deck. Moving on into the combo. So let me just zoom out. As you can see, these lovely Egyptian gods that you can buy yourself, which is just an amazing mat and is now my favorite. So all you need is the 2 Zexal Sages. This is the bare minimum that you want to at least get you a Dragonic Utopia Ray equipped with 2 Zexal weapons, all under 5 summons. But if you add a single copy of Onomatopoeia, you can end on more, which is very, very nice. So to start off with, we're going to special summon our Zexal Sage, since we control no cards on the board. And then we're going to special summon our Armed Sage as well. We're then going to overlay both of these into our Utopia Double. This is going to activate both of your Sages to add you a rank up magic. So we're going to add our rank up magic Zexal Force and a Zexal weapon. So we're going to add one of the ones that isn't the new one. So we're going to add what I like to do is add Lightning Blade. It can be Tornado Bringer as well. It's completely up to you. From there, we're going to use the double up Utopia Double to detach a material, add ourselves a copy of Double or Nothing, and then rank up into our Ultimate Dragonic Utopia Ray. From there, we're going to activate our Lightning Blade to target the Utopia Ray to equip it from our hand, which then triggers Utopia Ray to equip Pegasus Twin Saber from our deck as well. And that is our current end board. All within 5 summons, you get a Utopia Ray who's gained an additional 2200 attack, so he is at 4700 right off the bat, and he can't be destroyed by card effects with Lightning Blade equipped to it, as well as you can negate one monster effect on your opponent on either player's turn, which is very, very strong. The moment your opponent does anything to target it or attack it, you can just use this effect to equip your Tornado Bringer or your Azure Bow, like Azure Strike, and then you can get an additional benefits off them as well, making him over 5000 attack, which is just fantastic. And that's just all with those 2 monsters. If you add in the Onomatopoeia as well, you can go even further, because you can play the Onomatopoeia, ditch the Double or Nothing that we added, and add 2 of the Gaga Dododo cards. So we're going to add the Utopic Onomatopoeia as well as Dwarf, go. Bear in mind you have not normal summoned yet, so you can normal summon your Utopic Onomatopoeia and special summon your Dwarf through its effect. From there you can overlay both of these and make one, like you can make essentially anything, but I was just going to show you what I would probably do going first. So I'm going to make the Utopia. From there I'm going to go with the rank up magic Zexal Force and rank up Utopia into a Dragonic Halberd. From there I'm going to use Dragonic Halberd's effect to detach a material and add to our hand a Zexal card. You can add any Zexal card that you want. Preferably it's either going to be Zexal Construction or it's going to be your Zexal Alliance, one of these two cards. What I would probably do is I would add the Zexal Alliance, because it at least gives you a follow-up and a card to set. From there, we're going to use the Dragonic Halberd to equip it to Utopia Ray, giving him 3,000 more attack. And if this Utopia Ray somehow dies, bear in mind, he is 7,900 attack. Dragonic Halberd is going to summon all of these back to your board, which then you can make another rank 5 if you wanted to, or you can just swing, because all of these, yeah, actually you probably wouldn't make a rank 5 to be honest, but at least it gives you something on your board. If you played additional rank 5s, if you played like an additional Halberd, you could do that as well. But because we searched this as well, Zexal Alliance, you can get all of these out and you can Zexal Alliance back to Utopia, and then you can start equipping all of these to Utopia and go off from there. So that's it for the combos. Simple 2 and 3 card combos, all self-fueling, all self-searching and things of that nature. What else could you play in this deck? Because I mentioned that earlier. You could play a small little combo that ends, a small little engine, but it's a pretty pricey engine for what it is. That can also end on an infinity along with your Utopia Ray, and then it's playing one copy of 4 Strix in your extra deck, one Link 2 of your choice, could be any Link 2, one Raidraptor Singing Lanius for your main deck, as well as one copy of rank up magic Soul Shave Force, because you can search the Soul Shave Force off your Zexal Sages, which then you make your 4 Strix within the 3 card combo that I showed you using your Onomatopoeia cards. Make your Link 2 of the 4 Strix and Singing Lanius. You play Soul Shave to revive the 4 Strix and make an infinity. So you get an Omni Negate as well as a Utopia Ray. Another engine that you can play in this deck that I've seen the OCG playing, and that is the Invoked engine. I didn't want to play it just because it's invoked. It's pretty like boring, like because everyone's been playing it. Everyone plays that little engine. But it gives you, it's all level 4s, it's all self-searching, and it also helps you get a Macabre as well as your Utopia Ray, which is also very strong. So it's still a pseudo Omni Negate with the Macabre, as well as your Utopia Ray being a monster negate thanks to the Pegasus. And a spicy tech you can also play in your extra deck is the Photon Strike Bouncer, which is something I might play at some point. Because within that combo, if you didn't want to go into the Dragonic Halberd and equip that to Utopia Ray, you could end on the Utopia Ray and you can search rank up magic Astral Force, and then you can turn your Utopia into a Photon Strike Bouncer. So you'll have a monster negate off the Strike Bouncer while also burning your opponent for 1,000, and then you'll also have a Utopia Ray, which is also a monster negate. But yes, that guys is the deck profile and combo. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below what you think of this, what you're doing with your Utopia decks, and how you play your Utopia decks. I'd like to hear your opinions and your thoughts as well. So as guys, like, comment and subscribe. Till next time, as always, happy dueling.